Alright, today I have a video review of the Casemate Jett case. As you can see here, the pieces are out in front of you, and here's the packaging that it comes in. It's pretty much straightforward Casemate packaging. With this, you also get a front screen protector and a rear screen shield. This is an aluminum case. As you can see here, it's in two parts, and there's their logo. And this is the gray version, as you can see here, and it's actually two pieces. Plus you also have the pieces for the button, your volume and silent switch, and your sleep and awake button. So it's a very interesting aluminum case the way it works. Let me scoot some of this out of my way. So what you do is you start here with the front of the case, and you lay this face down on a flat surface. Then you take your iPhone 4 and you set that into the case. It sits right down in there, as you can see, nice and flush. Then you take this switch here, which is the silent switch, and what I find works best is if you slide it out just a little bit, and you take that switch and you place it over the vibrate button, just like that. And then you take your volume up and down and you slide that in there, just like that. And then you have your sleep wake button that slides in there as well. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get it right in there. And then this piece has a little lip right here, and there's another little lip right there, and they just kind of line up, and you push it down together, and if you look at the bottom you can see where the two screws go that hold the case together. And then you put your two screws. So I'll put the screws in, and then I'll be right back to show you the case after it's all put together. Okay, we are back. I've got the screws in all the way. As you can see here, the camera's going to focus in. As you can see there, you have your cutout for your speaker, your 30-pin dock connector, and your microphone. And right there on that cutout, there's a nice little logo of Casemate. And I found only the Apple 30-pin connector will work in there. And on these screws, the kit does come with this little screwdriver to put your screws in, which I think is a nice touch from Casemate. And if you come along to this side, you can see your volume up and down. These are the little buttons that you place in there. Very nice tactile feedback. It's almost as if there's not a case on it. And there too you have a switch for your volume, for your mute. Vibrate switch is right there, very easy to get to, no problems. Then around the top you have your cutout for your headphone jack, which is quite large. I haven't had any problems getting any headphones to fit. And then there's a secondary hole for your secondary mic. And then there's your sleep wake button. On this side of the phone there's nothing except for the Casemate logo, as you can see right there. And if you look at this, there is a nice lip on the back side of the case. So if you set it down, your glass isn't going to be touching. Now on the front they did something that's pretty interesting. If you look here, there's not much of a lip right here because the case itself kind of has a little contour to it. If you look, there's a little cutout right there. Then this little part here is raised, and then there's another long cutout there. So when you're typing, it almost feels like there's no case, but with these little ridges here, if you set it face down, you're going to get some protection for your screen. So all in all, for the money, this is a very nice case. I haven't had any signal issues with it. One of the nice things they've done, if you look here, is this plastic insert here. So they've actually got two of those, one there and there, and what that does is it separates this part of the antenna band from the rest of the antenna band. So there's actually no ground, you're not grounding out that antenna with each other because those pieces of aluminum are not touching. They're actually separated by this little plastic insert. Now this case retails at casemate.com for, I believe it is $49.95. So by far it's one of the least expensive aluminum cases that I have seen and reviewed, and it has a really neat feel to it with the way it has the button inserts for your volume up and down and your sleep wake, and they're very responsive, just like there's no case on it. And it's really neat with only having the two screws at the bottom. It almost looks like there's no case at all. They've kind of kept that Apple look by only having the 2 screws at the bottom. It almost looks as if this is the way Apple meant for the phone to look. So what I'll do now is I'll patch in a video of the antenna and the GPS before the case was installed, and then the signal and the GPS after the case. Okay, here we are. We're going to shoot a video of my signal strength and GPS without the case. Here's my GPS. And there's my location. And then we'll take a look at the signal strength. As you can see there, I have 4 bars. And we'll compare that to the results for when the case is on. Okay, here's the test with the case on. As you can see here, I have 2 bars. We'll go ahead and open up the map. We'll do the GPS. There we go, it finds our location. See, we'll go back. There we have the 3 signal bars. As you can see here, my Wi-Fi is off, Bluetooth is off. So you can see there's no loss in signal either with this case.